And we are live.
Live. Hello, everyone. Welcome again to Boiler Room Sessions. And tonight we already are celebrating our fifth session. I cannot even imagine that more than a month ago, Laisvie and we started the Boiler Room Sessions out of nothing. And here we are. We have been hosting so many great artists so far. So welcome. Take your time to enter the room of the Boiler Room Sessions and get yourself ready to see the lineup of tonight. And find yourself a comfortable place, good Wi-Fi, a drink, something to eat, and make sure that you use your headphones for full experience and somewhere you're not distracted so you can really enjoy. And we take a little bit of time so people can also enter when they're late because they had to walk the dog or the Wi-Fi disconnected. So we give everyone a little bit of a moment here. Now, my name is Iris van Peppen, and our co-host. Oh, co-host is inside.
Hi.
Yeah, yes,
Yes.
yes.
Hi. Hello. Welcome to the Boiler Room session number 5. My name is Laisvie. We have 3 people now watching. So welcome to you. Um,
Welcome.
we are just saying hello, waiting for the rest of the audience. And Iris, you were saying that this is our 5th session. So
Already our fifth session. Yes. Yeah. So we started more than a month ago, Laisvine, we started talking how much we miss the live event, the live performance, to be together as a community and share a moment in time through a live performance. And I mean, nowadays everything is online and we can relook at videos of music and dance, but the live performance, we missed it so much, and that's why we started the Boiler Room Sessions. And the Boiler Room Sessions, we host live performances that are experimental and can be different disciplines from music, dance, performance art. And we like to host the young and the established artists. So there is a range of professionals uh, in each evening. And so far, we have been hosting artists from Cape Town, Vancouver, Holland, Colombia, Paris. What am I forgetting here? Laisvie, do I miss a country?
Canada.
I already said
Yeah.
Canada. Yeah, tonight we have the United States and we have south of France and we have the Netherlands. So again, such a international community, so widespread. So shall I start to say something about the lineup of this week, people?
Yeah, well, I can tell you that we have 13 people now watching. So hello to you.
Hello, welcome. Nice that you're back. Nice that you're here. If this is your first time, and make yourself comfortable. We
Yeah.
do have a chat actually, and we love when people use the chat because it makes us feel connected to you, that we talk to you and to each other only. So maybe you like to share some words, or if you have questions during the performances, please tell us. So I would like to introduce the lineup of tonight. Such a great mix of people again. So tonight we start with Barry de Bruin, who is a music performance artist from the Netherlands, and then after we have Barbara Pereyra. Oh Jesus, I practiced it went so well, but now I'm
Pereira. Barbara
thank,
Pereira.
thank you, Laisvie, and Emmanuel Cremer. I think they're based in Brussels, but they are streaming tonight from the south of France. It's music and dance, cello and dance. And we'll finish this evening with Lime Rickey International from the States. And I will say a little bit more about our first artist later on. So tonight we have these 3 artists. I also would like to use the opportunity to already say some the lineup of next week, because normally we do that at the end of the performance, and I also will do that. But maybe some people miss that, and that's unfortunate. So we have such a great lineup next week again. Next week we will have Ayam Am, is an Israeli dancer from Berlin. And we have Ana Maria Romano from Bogota, Colombia. And we also have Eileen Stanley, who was my former teacher. So I'm very happy she will be joining us, such an amazing person and dancer. And Michael Schumacher and Monica Page on guitar. So that is promising for next week. But tonight we have a different lineup. So welcome for those that come in now.
Yes, welcome. We have more people, and already our fans, our viewers are reminded us that we also had performances from Germany, from South Africa, if we forgot to mention before.
I did not forget South Africa, but Germany, yes, thank you.
Yes, thank you. And yeah, we host every evening, every session that we do on Wednesdays, 3 artists or 3 performers that are in different geographic locations, because with these telecommunication technologies we can expand our limits and we can connect. So I think you were saying something very nice. It is that in a physical theater it would be very difficult to have all these artists that we bring together in these boiler room sessions live. So I think that's a very interesting thing. We are also focused on experimental artists that are very creative, that are crossing disciplines, and they are doing experimental work, and they are diving into this new medium and creating something just for us. So that's very, very special. We have now 22 people watching. Welcome to you all.
Welcome to Boiler Room Sessions number 5. 5. I'm so amazed still that it's already 5. I cannot even believe it. Yeah. And yes, I would like to say that, yeah, it is true, because now the stage is endless. We can invite anyone. So if you are an artist and you feel you should be performing at the Boiler Room Sessions, please drop us a line, because we would be very interested to hear from you. If you're an experimental artist, please let us know. And use the chat during the performances. That would be nice, so we can know that you're there. And if you have questions, we can ask the artist. And
yeah, I think that's very, very nice that we always use the chat, that we can connect with you so we don't feel alone. We really feel that we are in this together. So it's lovely when you use the chat. I already see you doing it, but please put your comments, whatever you want us to tell the artist, or if you have a question. It's super lovely to have that interaction.
yes. And if you are new and you're just getting to know Boiler Room Sessions, we have the previous sessions online. So if you go to our YouTube channel, you can see number 1 until 5. Well, now 1 until 4, and then from tomorrow also 5. So you can relook at them later in your own time. But again, nothing beats live. Just saying. So tonight we have Barry de Bruin from the Netherlands, who's a music performance artist. But Laisvie, can you please announce the second performance?
Yes, you want me to tell
The name?
Barbara? Can you try one more time?
Yeah, it's Barbara Pereyra. Yes, I got it. There you go. And Emmanuel Cremer. And then we'll finish with Lime Rickey International. Yes. So how are we doing in time? Is everybody walking in the virtual room of the Boiler Room Sessions? All comfortable? Can I start to introduce our first artist? Yes. So we're going to start with Barry de Bruin, and he just graduated from the Conservatory Utrecht last summer, department music performance artist, musician 3.0, which is the name, but I think they changed it to music performance artist. He's a music performance artist, obviously, and his piece is about 17 minutes. And Barry is interested and researching dualities in narratives that can coexist I will say it again because maybe you will, your imagination will come into play and you like to ask Barry questions after his performance about that. Interested in researching dualities and narratives that can coexist. So we'll start with Barry, and I would like to say enjoy this performance.
Have you forgotten the time? Do you see that it was in time changing into some Let me tell you, I thought it was quite strange. The ground, I could not change my feet hurt the ground. I could not change a It once was close, to me. My feet couldn't get up. My stomach twisting. Have you existed for this long time? I doubt that I see it.
All right.
Thank you, Barry.
Hey,
Very nice.
thank you for this performance. Wow, was this already? Oh, I was so much in. I did not expect the end, to be honest. Wow. Hmm. So let us please drop us a line so we can We can share your comments to Barry. So if you have anything, please share it with us. We love to hear from you.
Yes, we had singing, moving in this space, this peculiar space with so many objects. So it was very interesting to watch Barry. If you want us to share with him what you thought, what you felt, it's open the chat. I'm here answering you. And we have some claps from the audience, some people saying hello and saying a lot of thumbs like this, and very, very happy.
Cool. Very nice. And I also would like to say that after our last performance, we have 3 tonight, so 2 to go. We will come together, all the artists, and we have like an after talk, and we would love you to be there and share your comments or questions. It's like being in the foyer in the cafe after the performance with a beer. So it's very informal. So we love you to be open and free in your comments. You no need to be correct or anything like that. So, yeah.
We have Mary Jansen saying, I'm totally quiet, magical, and extraordinary composition of voice, body, sound, impressive. We have also another comment saying, really liked the build up and the sudden ending.
It was so sudden, right? Yeah, I have the same. I have the same. By the way, in our chat, you will see the Instagram account of Barry, so you can follow him if you're interested. And we will add, when they have a website, we will add their websites or their Instagram or whatever they use. So if you're curious or interested, then you can follow the artist. So I'm going to use this time to introduce our next performance. And we have a duet, and I will do my best to pronounce it again correctly. We have Barbara Pereyra and Emmanuel Cremer. I think they're both from Brussels, but they're now in the south of France, in the Cevennes to be precise. And it's a duet of dance and cello, and it will last approximately 20 minutes. And Barbara is a dancer, an instant composer, and she's a dancer in the company of Julian Hamilton. And Emmanuel Cremer is a cello player, and they met through the work of Julian, and they have been collaborating since 1 year now in music and dance improvisation. Now, for these last 2 months during the COVID period, they had an artist in residence in the south of France. Now, all their performances were canceled, but for tonight, they will share some of their work there with us. So I'm very curious and hereby enjoy the performance of Barbara Pereyra and Emmanuel Cremer.
Thank you.
Barbara and Emmanuel with your performance. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Yes. So, what a beautiful mystical garden you have as a background decor. We will bring them back later after the performances, after our last performance. So please, we can share all your questions and comments now, obviously, and also later when they're back. But so then you know why they're now gone, disappeared in their mystical garden in the south of France. So
it's crazy to know that they are in France now dancing for this international audience.
Absolutely, absolutely. And that they have been working as an artist in residence program for the past 2 months, which is very much confined because in France it's absolutely locked down fully.
Yeah. I just want to say hola a la gente de Argentina. Sé que son fans de Bárbara. Qué lindo que estén acá. Espero que se sigan uniendo a nuestros Boiler Room Sessions Live. Son todos los miércoles a esta hora. Y tenemos también artistas latinoamericanas invitadas, no solo de Europa. Hablamos en inglés porque es la lengua franca en este mundo. Pero me alegra que tengamos hispanohablantes ahí viéndonos. Just wanted to say hi to the audience in Latin America. Since Barbara is from Argentina, we have some fans now, and it's so nice to have this international audience, like international artists and international audience.
Yes, absolutely. And we have quite a lot of Latin American artists now, huh? It's so great to include everyone. So thank you. We're going to introduce our last performance.
Do you want me to say a couple of comments?
Yes, do we have? Yes,
yeah.
please.
Yeah, we do have some comments for Barbara and Emmanuel. They have lots of friends watching today, so that's really nice.
Yay, good.
I see happy faces with heart eyes.
And
so
come next week as well, everyone. Fans of the artist, come next week as well.
We have Anya, very happy. Anna, we have people saying bravo, thank you, applause. Thank you so much, Barbara and Emmanuel. Really beautiful, beautiful. Bravo, excelente. Hermosa bailarina, un talento, a beautiful dancer, such a talent. Excellent, bravo. And we had that question before. Hello all, are both Barbara and Emmanuel improvising, or is this fixed choreography written music? Either way, I'm loving it. Thank you for sharing.
Wonderful. It's well, Barbara and Emmanuel are instantly composing, so they are composing in a moment. So yes, it is improvised, and but it's a practice, and they practice a lot. Barbara is part of Julian Hamilton's company. So, and also Emmanuel is also part of an ensemble doing improvisation. So yes. I go to the last performance has a very short introduction. So I'm using this opportunity, since it's so short, to already announce the lineup of next week. So before you maybe leave, you have heard me announcing the lineup of next week, because I'm very excited also, because Eileen Stanley will be performing, and Eileen was my teacher in school in Amsterdam at the SNDO long time ago, and I'm very happy to see her perform again, because she's such an amazing performer and such a warm-hearted person. So it's a really nice opportunity to see her work. She lives in Arizona in the States, and with her partner Monica Page, who is a guitar player, beautiful guitar player, and with Michael Schumacher, who is an amazing dancer and improviser, very well known, and also a very sweet person. So what a lineup there. And then we have also Ayam Ma, who is a vocalist and a dancer from, I think she's based in Berlin, and is coming from Israel. And we have also Ana Maria Romano. Do I say it correctly? Yeah, I think she's an experimental music artist. Is that correct? So that is the lineup of next week. And after the performance of tonight, we will bring all the artists together and we would love you to have a virtual beer with us in our virtual cafe with the artists. So now I'm going to announce our last performance of tonight already. And it's a very short announcement. So it's Lime Rickey International from the States. And she has new work and she's going to show sketches of her new work for us tonight. So we're gonna wait until she's set because was supposed to keep it that short. So we're going to see Lime Rickey International from the States. Thank you.
Thank
Lime Rickey
you.
International. Wow, it gave me a feeling of 4 a.m. in the morning.
Totally, totally. And it's only the morning in the States, right?
It's noonish. I think it's over noonish now. Yeah. So yeah, but for me it was in the middle of the night. Lime Rickey International was that. Wow.
Very interesting, all the equipment she was using and the movement. And yeah, I also felt it was nowhere, no time. I don't know, like no space, nowhere. We do have comments, Talia Larik sending a green heart, and people clapping, Manuela saying love it, so very cool. Hi Manuela.
Hi, Manuela.
Yeah, former Boiler Room session performer. It's good to see you here. And we also have Yum.
Ah, great. She's going to perform next week. Wonderful that you're here, Ayam.
And we have Marisa Grande saying punk state.
Yeah, I love it. Oh, Marisa, great that you could make it. Yeah, I love the punk atmosphere of Lime Rickey International. She's able to blow everything and everybody away. Yeah, I hope she was able to blow the computer away. We need the computer to be blown away these days.
Totally, totally.
So, do we have more comments, or shall we bring in our artists?
I think it's time to bring all the artists.
Wonderful. Now, as you bring in the artists, shall I again announce the lineup of next week? And then we can have our after talk in our virtual cafe with your beer or your wine or your juice. And everybody's coming back. So, for the people that want to leave and don't want to be at the talk, we love you to stay with the talk. But anyway, come next week again. Let's have an applause for the artists now that we all have them. So this is all for you people, from our audience for you. And next week we have a beautiful lineup again, Wednesday, 8 a.m. Amsterdam time. We have Eileen Stanley, Michael Schumacher, and Monica Page, music and dance. Ayam Ma, who's in the chat room with us, she will be performing. So come and see her work. And we have Laisvie. Can you announce Ana Maria Romano?
Yeah. Ana Maria is a very special artist, one of the most important electroacoustic or experimental artists from Latin America. She's part of several networks, and she's always organizing very cool events like this festival that's called In Tiempo Real, on real time, could be the translation. And she's also a teacher, but mainly she's a very experimental artist, and she has been working for several years with dance. She has been collaborating with different choreographers, and including me. I have the honor to have her as part of my team, and her compositions are always crazy and wonderful, like we like them here in Boiler Room sessions. And so it's nice to see now everyone back. Are we finished with
that? Is next week, and now we can go to our cafe, everyone. So how are you doing? How was your experience on tonight's performance? Who wants to start? You wave. You can say something. How was it?
Was great.
Yeah, Barbara, how was it to do? Yeah, did you enjoy it?
Yes, I was more stressed before to start than in a real performance.
You were more nervous?
I had more the track before to start than in a real performance. It's very strange. I don't know why.
Mm-hmm.
Then
yes.
Not, but it feels really like we were gonna have audience in a theater. Like it feels. I thank you for this. Yes, because I think the professionality that you manage, it makes that you feel that it's not just a Facebook streaming. It's really professional. Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
Yes.
Well, you're welcome. And yes, we had the pleasure to perform as well on earlier Boiler Rooms, and we had the similar experience that you have. I was also had the same nerves as in front of a stage with an audience, and I would really feel the audience through the screen. As a third eye was very present as well. So it feels as, in that sense, as real as the theater, right?
Yes, and also for us, we are doing this work, but not many people saw us playing, and we keep it a lot in between us. So it's a kind of first universal streaming online.
Yes, the first
sharing.
Okay, wow! So we had a premiere there.
Yes, a
Kind of,
little
yeah,
bit.
kind
Yes.
of. We had like maybe we had one gig in Berlin and one in Amsterdam already, but it was really before the work we did. Now because we plan to make a residency in Greece in April, I think, but it was cancelled, and we had also other period of work, so we did it now. And the video I sent you on, I think I sent you a link. This is a space we have here to work, a whole chapel from the 12th century. And
Yes, we were working there, but we couldn't do the screaming there because there is no connection, you know.
Connection.
But
we are in the middle of nowhere. So we were lucky to have a bandwidth to stream tonight, because sometimes it's not working. There is like we are,
All right. Hey, and Laisvie, do we have maybe some comments for them about their work that we can share with them from Barbara and Emmanuel?
Well, specific for them was this question about if you were composing live, if this was an improvisation. So I think you already talked about that, but maybe if you want to say more about how is your relationship. I saw you connecting in different ways in the space, in time, with movement. So if you want to talk a little bit about how you build this connection between the two of you.
Yeah, okay. It's like I think we are really engaged in the improvising work. I mean, Barbara with the dance and with many people she worked with, and myself also with the musicians. And I think we are practicing these things with other people since years now. But sometimes I don't like to speak about improvisation because it's kind of something really. I mean, when we improvise, in reality, we are working, we're practicing a lot. Even with my band, with improvised music, like with Bar Phillips, where we know us since 15 years and we're practicing. And the work we started with Barbara, like since last almost 6 months or more, it's about that too. It's about rehearsal, finding new ideas, new concepts, but also to let space and really freedom of what is important for us to connect in the instant, in the moment. I mean, and that's all. I mean that we are practicing the way to be on stage together and to improvise with different kind of concept. We are speaking sometimes about the silence, sometimes about the sound, sometimes about the movement,
landscape.
space,
In this performance, we were working. We did 3 pieces. I don't know if it was seen by that. 5 minutes, 10 minutes, and 5 minutes. The first 5 minutes, we were working with the subject of landscape. And the second, we name it In the Middle of Nowhere, en el medio de la nada.
This is we want to write a piece about that.
We are working on a new piece that is called En el medio de la nada. And then in the third one, we try to make it the three pieces different kind of. I suggest to Emmanuel to make different kind of rhythms or really different textures with the music. And the last one was more open, working on phrases and things that were coming in the moment. Yes.
Beautiful. Thank you. So let's go. If the audience, the ones that are the diehards that want to stick with us, and you have some comments or questions, feel free to ask. Barry, we go to you. How was it for you to perform first?
Yeah, it was actually nice because I could just watch the other 2 performances in peace without any shaking. So it's nice, and it's nice to be this time's Benjamin of the group.
The Benjamin of the group.
Yeah, to get to know these performers for this evening.
Yes, yeah. So I was quite surprised by the sudden end. I was so much in your work still and in your development of the piece that
Yeah.
I did not see the end coming, and it was so abrupt. Was that something that you anticipated for, or was it the time thing that you agreed on? I mean, did you know that in the middle of your development you cut it off like that? Was that a choice?
Mm, it didn't feel like the middle for me. No, it did feel like in the performance, I struggled a bit to keep the feeling of togetherness, because I prepared some different ideas, some different tools to play with, and I noticed that I in the middle lost a little bit of the the connection of the time of the 50 minutes for me.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
But then with the end, no, it didn't feel like the middle for me. But I do understand what you're saying, that it's really abrupt.
It was an abrupt
That is
end.
something that I like.
Yeah, that was my question. If that's like something that you go like, we are startled a bit.
Yeah,
We were startled, right?
Yeah, I like that effect. If that's what it was.
Yeah. Yeah. So maybe if you also have questions for each other, just raise your hand and Laisvie will unmic you and you can talk more about each other's work. And we don't have to go chronologically. We can just go in and out like a conversation in a cafe, not so square as these squares in the stream. So I
do have a question for Leia. I want to know more about the elements that you are dealing with, because I see a lot of complexity in your work, and it would be nice to know more about that.
Yeah, I mean, in a soundbite kind of way, Lime Rickey, the project of Lime Rickey International, is there's like a mythology about her. She's shipwrecked here from the future, so she's shipwrecked in time, not in place. So she's not actually from space either. She's just from the future. She's from a different time, and she sings songs and does she sings fictional folk songs and does fictional folk dances to a homeland that does not exist yet. So that's the whole sort of like in a nutshell, fire under her feet. And I'm working on sort of the third major sort of chapter in her life. It's a piece called Noise and Intonation. And project started 4 years ago. So yeah, so I'm just like workshopping songs, workshopping new dance material, and there's obviously a certain degree of improvisation in what she's doing, as folk and vernacular forms often do have. But it's also quite composed. So the lyrics are composed, the sonic structures are composed, the dances are intentionally sort of scored. Yeah.
Nice.
That's what she does.
Laisvie and I, we imagined a basement in your work, or like the environment of where Lime Rickey would be. The environment, we imagined something, right? Am I right, Laisvie?
Yeah,
I said
like
basement.
more grudgy, like this underground place with maybe some water leaking and then a bright light from the future or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, she often finds herself in like underground spaces, but at the same time, she's not really, again, she's not placed in space. So like in a way, I don't actually care where she is.
Right.
you know. This happens to be the room that I'm in, and I kind
Yeah.
of like how it's like blown out color wise, because usually she's in these like sort of more darkly lit, like you said, like
Yeah.
a little more like saturated with color type spaces in order to distort the place. And this place is so exposed. It's like clearly a room. There's a window. So, you know, it's interesting to be like, you know, locked down in this space and trying to make the space disappear around her.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So that's what I've been trying to do, is make the place disappear.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so Lime Rickey is really standing on her own, and she can create this whole world of imagination. Huh?
Yeah, inshallah.
Yeah, beautiful. Yeah, yeah. So, if there is any interaction between you, if you want to say something about each other's work before we're going to wrap up this evening and say goodbye to our audience, then this is the moment.
I wanted to say thank you to the other performers. I mean, I knew that there was a strong like musical intention behind your programming, but it's always very, very rewarding to me to see that play out so beautifully, and so like both in solo form and in duo form. Yeah, so thank you to all of you for your programming and for your work. I'm just gesturing to the squares.
Same, thank you.
Yeah.
But I actually had a question for Barry. Maybe you already answered this, but I was spacing out because I'm still kind of coming down from my situation.
Sure.
But it takes me a minute. How composed or scored are your lyrics and your effects?
Well, it's all improvisation.
Okay.
So I do have some setup ideas.
Yeah.
So I do know what a long loop feels like, what a short loop feels like, and how I can play on that.
Cool.
And yeah, what kind of effect the vocal effect has on the space.
Yeah.
So that's mainly what I play with.
And do you find that you can play loud at home? Like you can do what you want to do while in?
Yeah. If I do it if I do it in reasonable times. Yeah. Well, this wall here is very, very thin, so I can hear my neighbor coughing.
Oh.
So I have to make sure. Usually, I don't make music after 8, but during the daytime, I've had no complaints as far. So I haven't gone too far yet.
So now you had to tell all your neighbors about this performance tonight.
No.
Okay.
No, I thought before 9 for once it's okay. Yeah, I know them well enough for it to be okay.
Yeah.
No small children in the building.
There you go.
We talked about improvisation just a little bit also with Emmanuel's response, and I also would like to zoom in a bit about, because Barry graduated from the conservatory in Utrecht, where improvisation is the main curriculum in their program, so it's very much a discipline in itself. So maybe Barry, can you say something about that context for our audience?
About the context of musical improvisation. Yeah.
From your background, from graduating from the conservatory.
Yeah, sure. We get taught a lot of music improvisation in a certain style as well, where we think in ideas instead of in tones or in scales or in sheet music. So you get an idea, it's a musical idea. You can divide it into rhythm, harmony or melody as you like, but you're free to play with anything as long as you know that what kind of idea you are having and what your trajectory will be. And then we get taught this. Not everybody will be a musical improviser as a performer.
No.
But it will always be part of the process, of the making process. And I am actually, I am figuring out how I can be a little bit more conceptual. Just like I heard about the story, the whole backstory of the girl from the future who doesn't belong to a space. That is nice. I'm trying to work out. Yeah. I also, have more restricted concepts in mind that I want to get out, articulate, and then So I'm now in the process of limiting my improvisation more to give it direction.
Mm-hmm.
As a start, was there anything else
No.
you would like to hear from me?
No, I think it's nice for our audience because in the end, everything is being composed. So it doesn't matter really if it's improvised or not, but it's a way in how we are working. And we all have different ways in working. And if Emmanuel has a different point of view, or we can hear them. We love to hear them. So more things.
People are happy to hear also this, to know Marisa is very happy. She says, great articulation of your performance poetry, Leia. I think this also talk after watching what you do, it's important to contextualize and understand better what's happening. For example, I'm not a musician, and then hearing all of this that you do and that you consider makes me feel closer to you and makes me feel that we can, relate through concepts to create together, and that it's not so different, the process of composing music or composing movement, because usually we still have those spaces in between artists, and this is really lovely for me in particular.
Great.
Nice. I want to say the last thing. Yes.
Please.
I want to thanks to all the people that watch the performance online.
Yeah.
And I want to thank all the people that are really far from here, and they are looking this into distance. And there I want to thanks to my children that they are in Argentina at this moment in the lockdown. So it's 2 months I didn't see them.
Oh no!
Oh my goodness!
Hi kids.
Yes, I have 3 kids, so I sent to each one of them. And I want to thank also my family, also in Argentina, that are looking into this work. And I want to thank also a really big sister that is watching this work, Valeria Garré, that she's in Brussels. Yes, voilà.
Sí, estuvo muy activa Valeria en el chat, genial, gracias.
Thank you.
So with all this, thank you. I'm going to close together with Laisvie. Thank you, viewers, for watching tonight. And thank you, artists, for performing with us. And we love to see you again next week with a lovely lineup again. So we say bye. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.